Hello, first of all, thank you so much for clicking onto this video. If there's noise in the background, sorry, my daughter's sitting watching me do this video, so hopefully she won't be distracting, though she said she's going to be very quiet, so fingers crossed. But I wanted to do this video because I think this is one of the best sort of thrift finds that I had so far, in terms of not only the value, but also the fact that I want to keep it as well. It's so nice. It is a See by Chloe bag, and it came with the original dust bag and the receipt, which I should have had here, but I forgot about it. But I do have the original receipt, and I got it through eBay. And I've said before about you can thrift with eBay and get a bargain as long as you do your research beforehand. But it just came into my head about receipts, because recently I was looking at eBay and I noticed a lot of listings that were supposed to have original receipts, and when you look closely they were fake receipts, and when I actually looked back at the listings they were removed. So that is something to be aware of. Just because a listing claims to have an original receipt doesn't mean that it's genuine. Scammers are always one step ahead, and it really pays to be very vigilant, especially when shopping on eBay. But that's just something to be aware of, and it doesn't put me off whatsoever. I'm just extra cautious. And the original receipt for this one, the seller purchased it from House of Fraser, which is a department store here in the UK. She bought it in the Belfast branch. She's actually from England and I'm actually from Belfast. So the bag found its way back to Belfast, which I thought was rather funny. I got it through auction. It went for £10.31, which is amazing. According to the receipt, the original price was £430. Which, it's an older bag. It was purchased 9 years ago, so £430 9 years ago was quite a lot of money. See by Chloe, I think, is the cheaper end of the Chloe brand, but the quality is still there. It's still better quality than the high street. Yeah, and pretty a good thrift find. The reason I think I got it for £10.31 was because the time the listing ended. I think the listing ended, if it ends late at night or early in the morning, you can get a good bargain because people tend to forget about listings then. The photographs weren't great. It wasn't clear on what work the bag needed done, because the bag it said it needed TLC in the description, and that immediately puts a lot of people off. But I thought if the bag went for really low at auction, then it'll be worth getting the bag and putting some money extra to it to sort of try and bring the bag and restore the bag to the original condition as much as possible. So yeah, I was quite excited when I won the auction, and I actually didn't think the seller was going to send the bag because the price went so low, but luckily she did, and I'm glad I have it. And the original dust bag, I mean, I did some research, and the dust bags, these go from anything from £15 upwards, which is absolutely amazing. So if I mess the bag up, I can always sell the dust bag, but I don't think I will. But the dust bags are great. They are thick cotton. They do the job of protecting the bag. I love these fluorescent pink drawstrings. They're really funny and funky. And the bag itself, now it's a plain black classic tote. I'm not sure the name because the bag is 9 years old. If you know the name, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. That'll be really helpful. But it is just a classic, I think, tote, and it is quite a large tote. Now, if I were to describe the condition of the bag, I would say from fair to good. It really is in good general condition. When I've wore the bag out once, and really it's not noticeable that it needs any work at all done to it. It's only when you look close up then it becomes apparent what work it needs done. Now the first thing I noticed was the pleating. Now the pleating is a lovely detail on the bag. So it's in the front and the back. And this is where the first thing I think needs done. And that is at the edge of the pleating. There's some colour loss. And I don't think that was there when the bag was bought originally. Obviously I think that's done through wear of the bag. And that is quite an easy thing to fix. You can get little bottles of dye from Amazon. I think Angelus is one of the better known and good quality dyes. And you can get a little bottle for £9. And that is a job that's easily done yourself. And the whole bag wouldn't really need done. Just those bits where there is obvious colour loss. So it's like that front and back. And I think once that's done, that will make a huge difference to this bag. The wear on the front and back is really, really good. It's just the colour loss there. The wear towards the bottom of the bag is slightly different. It is a bit more noticeable here. On the front towards the bottom. And then the back towards the bottom as well. Again, you can buy little bottles of leather conditioner on Amazon, and I think if you spend the time and put several coats of leather conditioner and keep buffing it out, it'll make a huge difference to that rubbing on the bag. It probably won't remove it completely, but it'll just make 100% difference to the overall look of the bag. The actual bottom of the bag doesn't look to be overly rubbed. I mean, it just looks creased. There's no huge rubbing marks on the bottom. The corners, there definitely is signs of wear. Again, I think loads of leather conditioner. And even some leather dye, because there's colour loss there as well. And that will make a huge difference just to the overall appearance of the bag. Excuse my nails. The polish wears off them very, very quickly. Doesn't say all my nails at all. The handles are in excellent condition. I'm not sure what kind of leather Chloe used to make their bags. But the handles are actually one of the first things to notice wear on, and these are really in excellent condition. There's no cracking whatsoever on both handles. And where they attach to the bag is one of the first things you look at, and there's no loose stitching. And this is quite a large bag, and you would expect over time, especially 9 years, to be loose stitching there. And there's none, so that's really, really good. The hardware on the bag is sort of like a gold hardware, and there's no tarnishing whatsoever. That looks like a little D-ring for a charm, which would be really good. It'll just give something extra to the bag if you add a charm to it, so I think that'd be really good there. The little C by Chloe plaques are in excellent condition. Be quiet. Sorry, I'm laughing, she's laughing. She thinks it's funny. I thought these would be sort of all scuffed up and scratched, and they're absolutely in excellent condition.
You got this.
The zip still works perfectly. It's not tarnished at all. The little zipper pull, now there is some tarnishing, but I think a little, if it's cleaned with a bit of alcohol, it'll be okay. It says C by Chloe there. Now the inside of the bag, I think I've said this before, but large bags, you can fit a human head inside this bag. That's how large it is, if needed. And I'm only saying that just to show you how big this bag is. It's so massive inside. The lining, it does show signs of light usage. but nothing major. There is a few pen marks, just little dots here and there. But if you can even get pen marks out now, it doesn't look like there's anything majorly wrong with the lining, and it's definitely not ripped. The only unusual thing about this bag, there's only one pocket, and that runs across the back, and it just says "C by Chloe" stamped onto it there. It's quite a big pocket. You could fit several mobile phones in there, and it's open. There's no zip on it. There is a little leather tag, and I only actually discovered this design. I've never seen it before. And it's the same leather used for the bag. And I mean, you can't really make it out. But it just says made in, and I can't even make out where it is made. If I do, I'll put it in the description bar. And I only noticed by pulling the lining back a bit, there is a code there as well, and you're definitely not going to be able to make out the code. There is a serial number, but I had the receipt anyway. I'm not sure what way Chloe worked with her codes. If I do some digging, I might be able to find out when the bag is made and what it's called maybe. But that is the little tour of the bag. There is no crossbody strap, which is a bit of a loss. There's no D-rings to put a crossbody strap on, which I would have liked, because a crossbody strap is also something, just a little bit extra. If the bag gets too heavy, you can wear it crossbody, or if you need to be hands-free. I love the fact that a crossbody strap gives you a little bit of versatility. But for £10.31, I'm not going to complain too much. So that is the little tour of my £10.31 bag from Chloe. And yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I always do my best to get back to everybody. And yeah, if you like thrifting like me, fingers crossed you come across something special really soon. And yeah, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you have a lovely day or a lovely evening wherever you are. Thank you. Bye bye.